Oh, his power level was like really high. You thought I was gonna say 9,000, didn't you? I tricked you. I tricked you. Hey everyone. So as weather starts to get colder, it's getting a little harder to find good yard sales, good flea markets, but thankfully we still have a few local auctions that we can hit up, and we were really lucky to find some pretty good stuff this time around. So there wasn't a lot out at the auction, but we did find one box that had some pretty cool stuff in it. We bid on it, we got it. So I'm just going to show you what we picked up in that particular box. So the first thing is this tin of Pokemon cards. I haven't had the chance to really go through. All I've done is separate the holographic cards. There they are. They're all in really good shape. And then I'll just show you this little stack. So we've been pretty lucky with picking up Pokemon cards lately. Thankfully, they're usually just in a big lot like this and we can just snatch them up. So like say, maybe when I go through, if I see anything really cool, I will point that out in the next video. Another thing that was in that box was this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's luggage. It's 1993. It's based off of the original series. Let's take a look. I just think this is the cutest thing. It's got the little latch, little hooks inside. Very cool. Yeah, so it has a couple dings on it. There's a little scratch here, a couple, small stains, but really it's in pretty good shape for something this age that, was probably toted around quite a bit. I really like it. I don't know if it'll end up on our store or in my closet, but I do travel often during the summer, and I don't know, this might be added to my little luggage set. When we bid on this and won, we actually had a gentleman come up afterwards and ask if he could buy it from us. That happens a lot out there, especially when you have a box lot that contains a lot of different pieces. You may want the G.I. Joe, but somebody else wants the, Ninja Turtle, and you guys end up bidding against each other. So, and I've often done that myself, where I'll go up to someone afterwards and say, hey, will you sell me this one piece? Obviously, we didn't sell it to him. I really loved it. My only issue with this, and we have this even now, 30 years later. Do you see who's on here? 1, 2, 3. All three of the male characters are very prominent. I don't know if you notice, we have just the tip of Trini here, and just a smidgen, you probably can't even see it, the smidgen of Kimberly's head right there. So obviously we still have that problem now, with like Black Widow or Gamora or Rey, but I'm looking at you, marketers. Girls want to see more ladies on these things, so I don't know, we'll see. But either way, I really love it. I think it's adorable, in good shape, and I'm really glad that we grabbed it. So these next few bits are the main reason that we decided to pick up this lot. As we were walking around, Brandon noticed a few controllers sticking out. And when we took a second look, we decided that we definitely wanted to grab this lot. So first of all, we have this Nintendo 64 controller. It's in the atomic purple. It's in pretty good shape. It's a little loose, but otherwise okay. We also grabbed this, another N64 controller. It's in the original gray. I don't know about you guys, but N64 is what I grew up on. I had an Atari and I had an NES. But I think my heart will always lie with the N64. My favorite game, Zelda. I also loved Mario Kart, which, just tears families apart. And then Pokemon Snap, which is a game I still look back on and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? But I loved it. So yeah, N64 is definitely my my all-time favorite console. Let me know what you guys loved playing. Is there something you grew up on? Are you more of like the Xbox One or PS4 folks? What was your favorite games? But when I think, back to my childhood, this is where it's at. Also, for the N64, picked up this power supply. Moving on, we also grabbed a few GameCube pieces. We have this original GameCube remote here. In its good shape. It's a little beat up, right here on this switch, but otherwise pretty decent. Another GameCube controller. This one put out by Mad Catz. This one's in really good shape. And then the GameCube power supply. I never had a GameCube. I had a friend who had one, and I would go over to her house and we'd play sometimes, but I never picked one up for myself. I don't know what you guys think about GameCube. Nothing against it, just, I don't know, wasn't my thing. And last, we have this Xbox controller. It's the original Xbox controller. It's in nice shape. It's a little beat up on the switches here, but otherwise pretty good. I have an Xbox. I love it. I really need to get it hooked back up in this house. I'm working on it, okay? I may be a procrastinator, but that's all right. So, pretty cool. And I know I said the last thing, but actually there's one more piece. It's this cord here, and I'm just not sure what it is. I haven't looked it up yet. I probably will just have to go online and check it out. I'm assuming it's to one of these here, either the N64, the GameCube, or the Xbox, but like I said, I just haven't taken the time to check it out. So if you recognize it, let me know. If not, I will just try to find it. So after we left the auction, since we only picked up the one tote there, we thought that we would go ahead and try to find a couple other things. We stopped at a local Goodwill, and while we were there, we picked up some pretty cool pieces. First of all, we have Pokemon. If you're familiar with going to Goodwill, you'll know that at least the ones around here, if something's in a bag, you can't open the bag. If you open the bag, they'll take it to the bag. So you really just have to kind of look and check it out and see if you can recognize anything just from the outer pieces. So obviously Pokemon, we wanted to pick it up. And these are the Burger King toys. But still, a lot of people hear, you know, Burger King or McDonald's toys, and they just completely disregard them. But there are some pieces that are worth picking up. So like here, we have Mewtwo. We have this adorable little Raichu. Let me see if I can find it. Togepi. Pretty cool card. So yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of Pokemon pieces. Little Charmander. If you'll notice, I don't know if you can see, I already have a Charmander on my wall. I love him. When they find him and he's under the leaf, just right to my heart. Little Charizard. Also, for anyone that knows me, I collect little tiny pieces, little miniatures or anything just really small. Look at this Mew. So these will most likely go on my shelf, but not all of them. We'll be probably putting these all up on the store. So yeah, we just went ahead and snagged the bag, found some pretty cool little pieces inside, and I'm glad that we grabbed it. Also at Goodwill, we found another bag, and it had these guys in it. So these are 3 out of the 4 Fallout Boy figures that they released in this group. Pretty cool. They're a little scuffed up. I think it's mostly just like normal little wear and tear dirt. Gonna get a cloth and try to clean these up a little bit and see how they turn out. But I've never stumbled over these myself when I'm out looking. So when we saw them, we said, yeah, we definitely have to get them. So yeah, pretty cool. I was really happy. Sometimes you go into Goodwill and you really don't find a lot of anything. But days like this, you know, not a huge find, but pretty productive. So overall, I would say that we had a pretty good day. Like say out at the auction, we got the one bin that had the Pokemon cards, the Power Rangers luggage, as well as all of those controllers, and we paid $15 for the entire box. So that was great. And then at Goodwill, we picked up the bag of Pokemon. That was $4, as well as the Fallout Boy figures. They were also $4. So that's it for this haul. As always, if you saw anything that you thought was particularly cool, let us know in the comments. Or hey, even if you've been out to your own auction or flea market and you found something really neat, let us know. I love hearing about the pieces that people find while they're out. Or even if there's that one holy grail piece that you keep looking for and can't find, tell us what it is. Like, I know mine personally, if you're familiar with the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, The Gunslinger, the very first edition, if I could just walk out and find that in a box, it'd be amazing. So let me know what yours is. As always, if you like what you see, follow us here. You can also check us out on Facebook at Coenen Collectibles. We're also on Instagram, or you can check out my page at Kati Coe. I'll leave the links below, and just make sure to stop by every week to see what's new. Thanks.